Prime Secrets.
Hey guys, this is Mike, aka Prime. So I got a lot of requests for a Windows 8 or a Windows 8.1 tutorial on how to remove viruses. So I'm just going to help you guys out. I like all the comments. Thank you for saying that the video was pretty good on the last one. So we're going to see if we can do a little bit better with this one. There's a lot of new updates with malware bytes. Unfortunately, this video we're not going to use combo fix. So I'm going to show you other ways around using combo fix, but we'll still get the computer working nice and fast and everything. So let's go to our desktop. If you're at your start screen, or if you're already at your desktop, just stay there. You'll see that I am infected. I do have Optimizer Pro here, and I have a whole bunch of other infections, as you can see over here on the side. Just junk that you don't need, because it's all it's doing is really slowing down. It's using up your memory, and it's using up your processor speed. So that's stuff that we want to get rid of. So the first thing we have to do, like in the previous video, we're going to boot into safe mode. So the way that we boot into safe mode is you have to hover your mouse all the way to the right corner at the top. Like if you go to the very top, and then you get this little bar here. So once you get this bar here, you're going to click on settings, and then from settings we're going to click power. Now the tricky part is pay very close attention to this, that you have to hold down your shift button on your keyboard, and then you click restart. Alright, so once you do that, that's basically enabling the feature to load into safe mode. So it's a little bit, I mean, Windows 8, they did a little bit better on getting into safe mode, but you still can get in safe mode with F8. If you like boot up the computer and keep pressing F8, you still get the option. It's just you have to hit repair my computer, and then from there you'll get this option where you troubleshoot. So now we're going to click on troubleshoot, and then from troubleshoot you click on advanced options, and now click on startup settings, and then we want to restart. Okay, so now your computer should start restarting. Let's just give it a sec. Sorry about the stuff in the background. I am on a virtual machine, so that's why you're seeing this, that's the background stuff, but that's fine. Alright, but then so now on your keyboard, make sure you press 5, because we want to enable safe mode when networking. So now the computer is going to boot up in safe mode, which is good. Just give it a sec. Depending on the speed of your computer, it could be faster, it could be slower. Okay, so let me see if I can make the screen a little bit better for you guys to see it. Alright, so let me just center it for you. Okay, so this is kind of the best I can make this screen because it's in safe mode. Okay, so we're in safe mode. What we have to do is download our normal tools. So let's go to Internet Explorer. But as you can see, it's blocking me. You might get this depending on what browser you use. I'm using Internet Explorer right now because at the end of the video I'm going to show you how to download Firefox and optimize it. So I'm using Internet Explorer, but your Internet Explorer will have this error, or if you're using Firefox or Google Chrome, you're going to have like a proxy server error, which is fine. It might not be fine for you, you might be upset, but it's fine for now because I'm going to show you now how to get rid of this so we can actually go to those websites to get the tools that we need. So basically, you have to hit settings up here, and then you go to internet options. Alright, from internet options, you want to click on connections, LAN settings, and then you see this? This is what's stopping us from getting onto the internet right now. In normal mode, you'd probably be able to access the internet, but the thing is, it might be very slow because this is basically redirecting you to other websites. So what we're going to do is we're going to uncheck this, and then hit OK. Hit OK again, and now we should be able to access websites. So we're going to go to Google. You know, Google's like one of my best friends. Hit enter, and bam, see? Now I have internet. So first thing I'm going to download is CC Cleaner, of course. So type in CC Cleaner, and then hit download. And then, of course, we want the free version. We don't like to pay for things. Alright, so you get the pop-up, hit run. Alright, so hit next, next. Now it's up to you guys. If you want to install Google Chrome now, you can. Or if you want to go with me, just wait and we'll install like a browser later. So I will uncheck these. So let's just wait for extract. We don't want to see the notes. Let's just have it run. Bam, and then hit run cleaner. Then you want to hit OK, and then we'll have that run in the background. Go back to your browser, and let's go back to Google. And this time we're going to type Malwarebytes. Click the download. Alright, bam, it already came up, which is good. So hit run. OK. Next. Of course we accept. Next, 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 next. Alright, it installs. Just make sure you uncheck this up top here. We don't want to install the premium. And just hit finish. So now, see, Malwarebytes is a little bit different from the previous video. They kind of updated it to make it look a little bit more user-friendly, which is good. Again, you should always make sure that the date is here today. See how it's kind of, it's not in like a readable term, but it's 2014, November, and then 8th. Make sure it just says the date that you're doing this on. Alright, and then you'll hit scan, threat scan, and then scan now. So now it's going to start scanning for infections. Up here, this is done, so that's good. Let's go to registry cleaner, make sure you scan for issues. Bam, so hit fix. If you want to back up, you can back up your registry just in case it does any errors. I never really back up, but it's up to you guys. Some people feel more secure to back it up, but I never do. I usually hit no, and then I hit fix all selected, and then close. Alright, so it did that. We can close CC Cleaner, and then we'll just have to wait for Malwarebytes to finish scanning. So I'm going to pause the video now, and I'll come back once it's done. So, yeah, so as you can see, I found some infections. Yeah, just a lot of junk in here. Let's scroll down and see what we found. Some converters. So, a lot of it's just internet-based stuff. So, which is good. I like to quarantine everything that it finds. If you're very selective, you can go through and quarantine whatever you don't think that you don't want. But I would advise just to quarantine everything. And then once you quarantine, like before, say no to this. Once you quarantine it, hit history, and then just delete all the entries that it finds. Alright, and then we're done with Malwarebytes, so you can close that out. So let's go back to the browser. Let's go to Google, and let's download TDS Killer. So it's TDSS Killer. And we want to go to Bleeping Computer. The reason why I use Bleeping Computer because it's very direct and it takes you right to wherever you need to download. So let's hit this arrow. Yeah, and then let's hit run. Okay, we agree again, and start scan. See, TDS Killer is a little bit quicker. Usually this finds any rootkits with the browser or any small viruses that's in the operating system as well. So it looks like I'm kind of lucky, but you guys might have stuff in here. So if it does, it's going to say cure. So make sure you click on cure. And then if it asks you to restart the computer, don't restart it yet because we want to run these scans so we don't have to keep restarting the computer over and over again. We just do one little restart and then that will resolve all our other issues. So mine didn't find anything. If yours did, just hit cure and don't restart it. Either leave it open or minimize it because we just have to run one more scan. So let's go back to Google. And now we're going to type in Kaspersky virus removal tool. You see this one right here. Alright, so let's scroll down. Click on the first link. Yes, we want to download that. And we want to run it. Again, it all depends on your internet speed. But as you can see at the bottom right now, you remember I had all those miscellaneous applications. Now we only have 2, which is good. But as we're downloading, okay, for some reason mine didn't work. Let me re-download it again. So let me cancel, close, and hit save this time. Okay, like that one. So let's hit run. Let's wait for that to extract. And we can close out of this because it's installed. Alright, so hit agree and let's start. And just close out of that and hit start scan. And this is another quick scan. We're trying to get all the rootkits out so the viruses doesn't keep reinstalling itself, so it's good to run multiple scans. A lot of people like using Splybot and like adware cleaner. You can use those too, but with this method I believe you should be clean. After this I'll show you some other things we're going to do to make sure that all the infections are out. So it looks like Malwarebytes cleaned all my infections out, but again, this scan could find some infections as well, which you would want to remove, but let's wait for this to see if it finds anything. Okay, so as we can see, mine didn't really find anything, but yours probably did. So if it did, just make sure you remove those as well. So let's close that out. And now what we want to do is we want to try to see if there's any lingering programs in the background. So let's right click on the start menu and then let's go to programs and features. So in programs and features you'll see some things that you probably don't need either. So on mine, like I have this here I don't want, so let's uninstall it. Any programs that you see that you don't, that was pretty much recently, could be a week or two, you want to remove those. If you don't recognize them, you can Google them and try to remove them that way. You see how when it let me uninstall the chocolate bar, we'll probably have to do that in normal mode. Let's see if this will let me remove it. Yep, so we want to remove that. Let's remove this one. Okay, let's remove. Yeah, also, if you have toolbars, you don't want any toolbars either. They're going to slow down your browsing experience, so get rid of those as well. No, we don't want feedback. Okay, close. Yeah, this, I know that I'm not saving anything, so let's remove that. This doesn't look real either, so let's remove this. I don't know why Okay, so that finally got out. This I didn't install it as well. Just be very careful. You look into the programs and make sure that it's not something that you use. Because if it's something that you use, you're probably gonna have to reinstall it again. So just make sure you look at it. You can always Google something to see if it's legit. So once this uninstalls, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So while this is uninstalling, so let's say yeah, like this chocolate bar by WeCare.com. So you can go to Google, like if you type google.com and just type chocolate bar. I didn't spell it right. So chocolate bar by WeCare. See, is it also if it's a miscellaneous program, it's always going to say thank you for uninstalling because it's trying to get you to reinstall it again, but don't reinstall it. But again, we're back to this. So chocolate bar by WeCare. Virus. Always type virus at the end of it. See, once you see that it has a whole bunch of links on guides on how to remove it, you know it's not legit. So if it says all these, you see how it says how to remove and blah 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 blah, you know it's not legit. So you want to remove those applications. That was just an example of how to look up an application that you don't recognize, but that's fine. So we got that out. And one more thing, once you're done that, let's go into MS Config again. You just right click on the start menu again and hit run and type in MS Config and then hit OK. Startup. The startup was a little bit different than Windows 7. Before you was able to get checkboxes. Now they give you like you can actually see the items. So here, like I don't want chocolate bar starting up, so we want to disable that, and then it's up to you if you want Java updates. I prefer to do it manually, so you should do that as well. Just disable that. CC Cleaner, I will disable that too. You can run that manually as well, and then exit. And then now you should be nice and clean. Let's restart the computer and see how it looks in normal. Okay, so we're back. Let's click here. Let's go to your desktop, and as you can see, the viruses aren't here anymore, which is good. All right, so we just have to get rid of that chocolate bar thing that I had. So I want to right-click. Programs and features. Now, if you had applications that you couldn't remove in safe mode, because some of them you can't, just do the same thing I did. So you want to click here, uninstall. And let's just get that chocolate bar WeCare out of there. And that removed, which is good. So now let's go to Internet Explorer. You see how this Yahoo search came up? That came up with an infection. Yours might be something different. It's easy to change the default browser settings. Just go to Internet Options and then type whatever website you want. I like Google, so I do www.google.com. Hit apply. And one more thing that you should do is hit restore advanced setting and then hit reset as well, just to give the browser a new fresh look. So close it out and open it up again. Alright, and now you can see it opens up in Google. You're gonna get this prompt. Just say don't use recommended settings. Alright, and now I'm gonna download a new browser. A website that I like to really go to all the time is Ninite. It's ninite.com. And if you scroll down here, you get a list of wonderful programs that it has. I'm a Firefox man. A lot of people like Chrome. Wherever suits your boat, basically. Whatever you like, you should download. I love Firefox, so I'm gonna download Firefox. And another tool that comes in handy on Windows 8 is this Classic Start. Once it installs, I'll show you what it does. It basically brings back your start menu. So we want those two, and then git installer, and then hit run. And then hit yes. So it's downloading. It's pretty cool because it shows you all the steps it's doing. So right now it's installing Firefox, which is good, and then it's going to install Classic Start. Alright, so it's done. Then hit close. We know we have new apps. Okay, so double click on Firefox. If you're using an Explorer and you want to import your favorites over, just hit next and then hit next again, and it actually imports all your favorites. I didn't have any favorites, so you probably won't see it. I will make it my default browser though, because I just love Firefox. And then your favorites will be under here. I don't have any, but you'll get a list of favorites there. Again, like I said from the previous video, I like to use ad block for it to pop up, like to sorry, to block pop-ups. If you click here and then search for all add-ons, you type in ad block. You can download the plus version. The plus version is just as good as the other one. And then the icon comes up there, which is good. And then your browser should be fine. So you should be able to surf the web. You shouldn't get any viruses or anything. Should be nice and smooth. And the last thing is the Classic Start. You see the Classic Start now, it doesn't go back to the start screen. You get this start menu here, which is pretty cool. If you don't want it, you can always uninstall it, but I like it. If you right click on here and go to settings, you can get the Windows 7 style. I like that one. And then yeah, you get all your programs, you can do everything you want. But that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I really helped you out. Please leave your comments down below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Also, if you could subscribe, definitely appreciate it. Any likes as well. Please recommend me to other people. My name is Prime, and you guys have a good day. Thank you.